CatKoonBut. Enter the forest of pixel eagles and forever fall. Play around and spread your wings or die. An ambient game about collecting, hiding, and flying. Not exactly the most convincing description there. Oh. Help, info, etc. Use the mouse to look around. Yep, Blasta allows you to move around. Escape toggles mouse lock. Ambient experience are found inside the game. Bottom right. C is bird's eyes. L is hero lock on, hero eyes. Let's see if I can see the chat there. Escape is to lock the mouse. Ouch. Oh, interesting. So, I'm definitely about to die at this rate. Oh. There are a lot of birds, man. No, invisible walls. Darn it. Invisible walls. How dare you. Oh no, I can't move. Let's try that again. Alright, cool. Let's, alright, those are the birds. They're coming! Yep, they went over me. Let's heed. So, clearly a Proteus vibe in this game here. Alright, nope. It looks like there's some more food over there in that direction. I don't understand the bird's eye view because there doesn't seem to be much purpose for that. Just gonna book it. Oh wow. I totally planned that out. Okay. Well, that happened. Oh, okay. The fact that I need to collect 25 of them is going to be a struggle and a half. I guess the reason for the bird vision is largely to figure out what their flight pattern is. I mean, yeah, they're just circling around in specific patterns. It feels like to me, unless they're turning directions. No, they use circle out a very specific pattern. That looks big, and it only counted as one unit. Darn. Ah, the audio. The music is too mysterious for me. Okay, I guess that didn't work. The fact that I'm like so zoomed close into the hero is not really helping me, which I feel like was an intentional thing, but it's given its health system was quite, yeah, it has a really poor, the fact that there isn't a whole lot of health makes it hard to appreciate that. That didn't help me predict anything. Oh man, this is totally not gonna be good for me. Gun it. Got it. Ooh. Oh no, it froze. Oh, I've done a brilliant job of metamorphosizing at the best place. Brilliant job, me. Shape-shifting into a cocoon at the open space. Ah. Alright, let's hide. Flower? Oh, okay. Wow. You're a lot harder to control. Alright. Oh, that was a close call right there. Dodged a bullet, or bird as it may be. You know, if there were like flowers in the air, I would kind of see the point. But they're underground. I don't like those trees. Because like right now I'm finding it efficient to hop rather than to fly. Although I'm getting hit a lot less, so that's saying something. Okay, well. Yep. The camera controls are all over the place. Probably due to the low frame rate. Oh, right. I didn't think there would be an objective to this game, but apparently there is. I am not getting hit by these birds, and I feel like I actually collided into them a couple of times. Alright, I hopped a little too far. And again. I am not a fan of the collider size of these flowers. I guess in a way we're deforesting the forest. So it might be all about consumption. Done. Okay. There's an upper ceiling, that's good to know. Wow. Okay. That was the most confusing experience I've had. Well, I don't know what I just played. Innovation. I'm kind of... excuse me. So, there was a game that I have in fact played. Let me kind of bring that up. Alright, it's somewhere in here. There it is, Flutterby. So, I don't know if SojaBird is in here, but Flutterby is, I think, a game that kind of implemented this in interesting ways, but also, like, you know, you also made it so that the first stage was kind of brutally difficult, this one right here, and I had to kind of rethink over that part. So anyways, let's talk about it. Let's just actually rate the game. Innovation. Yeah, it's kind of average-ish. I feel like, you know, Proteus and whatnot came before. At least there was an objective to it. But like, you know, once you're done with that objective, it's like you can do whatever you want. And I'm just thinking like, oh, that's just like Spore then. So that's kind of like my feeling there. Excuse me, I was thirsty. Fun. I did not think it was particularly fun. I'm debating about whether that's important or not. So let's go through with other stuff. Theme, I do like this interpretation of the theme. Actually, I'm willing to give 5 stars to it. Metamorphosis is certainly an unexplored area of games that an unexplored theme. And I mentioned earlier, Fluttered By is another game that I feel also tried to explore the same idea. And I just certainly think that that's actually a good play. That was an interesting take on the theme because it is shape-shifting, so to speak. The graphics, I thought they were pretty good. They served its purpose and more. There's a certain style to it, which I really appreciate. The audio I thought was excellent. In fact, I believe that was easily the best part of it. I don't think there was particularly any humor, so I'm not going to bother rating that. And the mood is where I'm kind of torn on. I'm trying to kind of find words for how I'm feeling about it. Okay. What this game does well, being a caterpillar is absolutely brutal. And there's this very real sense of helplessness that you have at the very beginning that you stop experiencing entirely. First off, in the metamorphosis, when you're in the cocoon stage, and also when you're in a butterfly stage where the birds practically doesn't hurt you. At that point, it's just a matter of collecting. I'm really torn on this single part, which is that up to the beginning where you had to, eat a lot of leaves, I thought was very effective from a game mechanical standpoint. The cocoon was significantly less effective because it's like, okay, yeah, you can just hide in a place and then you can just wait there. Or you can just stand there in an open space like me and hope for the best. And I mean, to be fair, the hope for the best part was probably intentional. The part that was, I think, not intentional was the fact that I survived just fine with it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't all that real tense to me. And finally, you have the whole butterfly thing where you can do anything and fly around as much as you want. And that to me was the least effective part because all the flowers were on the ground, and so it wouldn't make much sense for me to try flying around to collect things because I had to basically bounce around on the ground and try to collect all the flowers. And I thought that was the least effective part of the game because I was still grounded despite the fact that it was supposed to make me feel very free. Given the controls that I was given, I am prone to think that last part had a very specific idea in mind and it didn't follow through. The first two were a little more effective. The cocoon stage, depending on how you played it, less so in certain times and more so in other times. But I do think those were really brave decisions, game design decisions that you made. Yeah, it's the very last part that I think the game really fell apart for me. And there's also the fact that, there's some weird moments with the audio that was really disturbing in the sense that the volume became really loud. And I'm like, was I supposed to pay attention to something like that? I don't know. That didn't quite ring. That felt a little weird to me and was very jarring from the game's playing perspective. Perhaps that was because I got damaged, and that's the reason why the volume suddenly increased. And so that's actually clever, and I just didn't notice it. But it almost broke my eardrums, so there's that too. Speaking of breaking eardrums, let's bring that down a bit. It was a different experience, but I have very mixed feeling about it. At parts, I thought it was amazingly good. The caterpillar stage, as much as I was really confused and I was really angry with it, frustrated with that segment because you gave me so little health, I feel that part worked better in its current state. then okay, granted, I could have maybe used a little more leeway, a little more health, because a lot of things were unpredictable. But the thing was, that stage definitely felt very deliberately designed to be brutal and difficult, given the whole metamorphosis metaphor. And I want to give you high scores for that. The cocoon stage also I thought was a very brave decision, that you were not able to move and you just had to hope for the best. That was, I thought, a very brave move as well. And like those two stages I thought were a really good shining moment for the game. And so, but like I said, the last part just falls apart entirely for me, and I'm just not at a stage where I want to give like a 5-star score or anything. So ultimately, I think the mood is the most guiding factor here. It misses its mark. It's almost there. You got like 80% of the game right, and that last 20% needs polish. There's also the fact that you added this hero version versus lock onto hero and that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, there's also the fact that also the caterpillar, the camera was really close, which I was not a fan of. Those were like other small polishes that I would kind of request. I mean, like the camera being close, I kind of understand the decision there, but I don't like it. I would have liked being able to see more, because at the very least it would have removed the frustration from the game. And I mean, being stuck in a brutal world is fine if you feel that it was brutal in a fair way, and that's not what I felt. I was not a fan of that. I mentioned earlier that the hero view was really confusing. I didn't see a point to it. I looked it over again and I still don't see a point to it. If it was supposed to make my character feel small, it didn't do that. It kind of just left me confused and say, what was the whole point of this? So, and then like, what bird did it zoom into? Was there a particular logic or decisions behind that? I didn't like that part either. So, in a way, I just found that to be contrary to the design of the rest of the game. So yeah, those are my feedback. Actually, I thought the first stage being brutal was rather fitting, given your caterpillar. I was less of a fan of the camera being so close to it, though. I definitely thought it was a great experience. And there were many places where it definitely felt like you hit the mark. That said, the cocoon stage, for example, requiring you to wait a minute and hope for the best, was a really brave design decision. That said, to me, the butterfly stage was most broken. For a control scheme that's meant to make me feel free, kept me grounded and myopic due to the flowers stuck into the ground, and thus giving me little reason to explore. I think that stage could have used a little more work. But yeah, that's how I felt about that.